Hello and welcome to The Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman. I'm joined by my co-hosts and fellow mad scientists, Rob Scucci and Bob Hassick. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing this?
Oh, fantastic. We watched Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
It was pretty fun. Jennifer Aniston had jean shorts and like that bodysuit. That was pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest, I mean, I could take it or leave it, but it was a grand old time, I think. Bob?
I'm having a problem with my microphone. I have a feeling. I'm not
No,
sure.
you sound
Sound
you're
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it didn't look like it was coming in okay.
Yeah.
I've my car has broken down like so many times in the last 2 weeks. Again today on my commute to work, so I'm like having a shit day. But now we're talking about Leprechaun, which is even worse than breaking down. It's Leprechaun's a B movie with the minor exception of a decent makeup job, which I will give them. And somehow it garnered a cult following and sequels. But fuck that.
Many.
This movie sucks.
It does.
Yep.
It's really terrible. I think it's another case of super campy meets horror, and it just doesn't work when you can't balance them correctly.
Yeah.
Which we see a lot. This is another one
like
of those.
Sleepaway Camp, which I might throw on the poll for next week.
Oh God, please don't. I can't get You're the Hunter from the Future through, unfortunately, but that's going to be my mainstay, I think. All right. Anyway, let's toss it to YouTube to see what they think of Leprechaun.
Sure. Right. I know Warwick doesn't like to acknowledge his role as Leprechaun, but I personally thank him for creating a character that I'll know and love for the rest of my life. Number 2. This used to terrify me as a child. Now it's one of my favorite movies. Crying laugh emoji. The sequels are good too. I like how they further explain the Leprechaun's backstory / mythology.
Yeah, thank God for
Number
that.
3. I love how Nathan the entire time made sure Tori was behind him when he was searching for the leprechaun throughout the house. Shows how protective he is over not only her boy Ozzie and Alex too. We lost Bob. We're going to keep moving, and hopefully he won't kick us off when he joins back in. Number 4. Such a classic movie. I can't even count how many times I've watched it since I was a kid, and now I'm 28. I sit here and say all the lines as if I have a script. Love it. And there's a laughing, crying emoji with the single tear, not the 2 tears on that one.
Oh, okay.
And I got 3 more because why not? I can't believe I was ever frightened by this movie. Warwick Davis is an international treasure. Saw this for the first time in 1994 at 10 years old. Became a childhood favorite. So to a childhood, maybe foreshadowing for Leprechauns in the Hood. Passed it on to my kids. They love it too. And then the last one, I love how when she gives him the gold, he pulls her down and gives her what should have been a farewell kiss. Tear laughing emoji, sideways tear laughing emoji, tear laughing emoji. That's what we've got.
Man, they know how to use those emojis, don't they?
They do.
And they're not even Gen Z. They're just like they're like our age. If they were like 10 and 94, like we're all in the same range. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just us 3. It seems like other people really think this movie was funny. I didn't.
Yeah. No, it's not the time and place for me in life to enjoy this movie.
It's not funny.
Not funny.
Well, let's hear how it compares to its competition in test number 1, the worst of its kind.
You got it.
Test number 1, the worst of its kind.
Friday the 13th with Betsy Palmer, a 63.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis, a 96.
Yes.
That's the one with Busta Rhymes, right?
Yeah.
That was
It with Tim Curry. That was Was that made for TV, Bob?
Yes.
Okay. 68. You know what? I don't hate it, but I kind of grew up with it.
You know what? The made-for-TV Shining adaptation that's more faithful to the book isn't that either. I mean, like
Really?
the Kubrick one's superior, but like
Yeah.
the made-for-TV one was like a miniseries, like 3 or 4 installments, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
No, it
man,
wasn't
check it
bad.
out. I really like the movie.
Yeah.
I Know What You Did Last Summer with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt,
Yeah.
a 44. So,
Yeah.
and in the dregs there. And A Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, I know everyone everywhere has heard of all of these. That's not always the case. John Saxon, that's a 95. So some stiff competition this week, averaging at a 73.2. That's a high mark. What do you think Leprechaun came in with?
47.5.
It's funny. I was thinking 47 as well.
Well, it was a 27 for a negative 46.2 and worst of its kind. Strong, opening salvo.
Yeah.
As we throw it to test number 2, since I already jotted that down because I'm very perceptive. This one's called Ain't That a Pitch? Little Limerick edition, believe it or not.
Test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
Well, I went last, so I'll go first.
Sure.
I just want to hear myself, talking. So, this Leprechaun certainly isn't the sweetest. To minor characters, he's really rather the meanest. If you do not matter, your guts he will splatter. But main characters get away with just a pinch on the penis.
Bob, you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'm going to go, and
All
I'm
right.
going to say ahead of time, once you hear my last line, Rob's going to vote for me. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There once was an age-old story made into a movie that bored me. It's one of the worst scripts. I can't believe this really exists. A movie about a wee man surrounded by normies.
Oh, yeah.
Soldier calling it back. Okay, my turn. They're after me gold. Fiddly dee, oh my, oh me. Sorry, I fucked that up. They're after me gold. Fiddly dee, oh me, oh my.
Nice.
But
Okay.
when my powers get stronger, they surely will die. I'll hide in their basement, Jennifer Aniston adjacent, but with a 4-leaf clover, I'll meet my demise.
Ooh. I think that the three of us together have delivered the entire movie for the audience already, which is what
So
this is.
So
Which is
three-way
what this
tie,
is
4.5.
designed to do. Sure.
yes, tie 4.5. Yes.
All right, cool.
Okay. So a good Chris win there at 4.5 stars. And I'll jot that down as we go to test number 3, the most offensive.
Sure.
I tell you, I'm full of something right about now.
Damn, girl, you smell like something crawled up in you and died. Damn, what did you eat?
Corn. I'm not eating no corn.
Oh, shit.
Test number 3. The most offensive.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that I was unable to pluck out all the offensive because I only have 6, and I feel like maybe you guys can help me out. I don't know. It seemed like on its surface a more offensive movie than
Yes.
it was.
And to
To
your
me.
point, though, like, context is everything. So when you're in the world of Leprechaun,
Yeah.
I think it's all probably kind of considered offensive, depending on who you ask. But when like you're surrounded, like if everything's urgent, then nothing is urgent. So like if everything's offensive, then nothing's offensive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
I think
That
that's
is
kind of
fair.
what we. So like when you're watching it in a vacuum, it's just like, well, compared to itself, like it's pretty tame. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting with number 1, kidnapping Celtic creatures.
Okay.
The opening O'Grady fella decided
Yeah.
that he was going to kidnap a little person. Like, what was I wonder what the leprechaun was doing. Was he just like counting his gold with no mind for his surroundings? And the O'Grady guy just like grabbed him into a sack and took his gold?
That's how he explained it to his wife. He was just like, "Yeah, you're just sitting there," and I fucking like bonked him on the head and stole his shit. Just, like, that's like battery and larceny. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's good.
I mean, I don't think his rampage is completely justified, but I understand him being pissed.
Yeah.
Keeping to his
Yeah.
own and then being kidnapped
Yeah, he
and
was
then locked in a chest for 10 years or whatever it was.
Yeah. He was jet lagged and he was cranky.
True. I mean, I'm starting to come to the side of the leprechaun, honestly, because he didn't even push the old lady down the stairs. Like,
Yeah,
she fell
right.
down the stairs herself.
Right.
So, number 2, though, this is a knock against him. Pogo parricide.
Yeah.
Killing a man by jumping up and down on his chest with a pogo stick is a little fucked up, especially because the guy was just studying his gold with a promise to give it back to the culprits.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not sure that the shop owner deserved that, but I did kind of mention in my pitch that minor characters are just fucked in this movie, so he should have known better.
Yeah.
Number 3, unexpected shoe shine expectorating.
Okay.
It's
So much shoe shining.
yeah, which is going to come back definitely in the catch-all and maybe once or twice before then. But I don't know. Would you be mad if you came downstairs and all your shoes were shined, just to find out that it wasn't in fact a bear? It was some guy spitting all over him.
Yeah.
He did spit a lot, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. But the spit shines really how you get that that nice smooth luster. So I mean, you can't be super mad about that.
Well, since it's a movie podcast, you know what movie I think of every time I hear the term spit shine?
What's that?
Space Jam.
Oh
the
yeah.
Tasmanian devil goes like everybody goes spit shine and screams, and then he like just slobbers all over everything and does like the tornado thing, and the whole gym is super clean. And just thinking about that makes me feel like I'm 12 again. So
Yeah.
So thanks for entertaining that. Number 4, very short one here. Ozzie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
The character is super offensive. And number 6 is going to piggyback like I did last week, only it's going to be a clip this week. Oh, wait, I think we did that last week too. Number 5, bailing on the boys setting bear traps in the barn.
Bailing on the boy.
Bailing on the boys setting bear traps in the barn. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, why leave Alex alone? Like it's Ozzie and Tori and Nathan, and they're all hunting down the leprechaun, and Alex is in the barn by himself with a lunatic leprechaun on the loose, and he's trying to set a trap by himself at like 11 years old. I just felt like it was kind of fucked up.
A bear trap of all things.
Yeah. Bear trap, because they just seem to have those handy. There were many.
Yeah.
We had a lot of bear traps in this movie. Yeah. So the last one I have before I ask for mentions is a clip, and this clip is called "Goddamn Burn."
You know what else?
What else?
We can get you an operation
For what?
to make you smart. See, we can go to the hospital and have them operate and fix your brain.
But I'm smart.
Yeah, well, sort of. See, what I mean is we can make you real smart. That way people won't make fun of you.
If they make fun of me?
Not in front of you, only behind your back. Come on, let's go to the well.
Only behind your back.
It's worse.
What is this?
So a little fact of the movie is they actually considered taking that scene out. They thought it was too offensive to special needs people, and they're like, "No, let's keep it in. Let's keep it in."
No.
What have we got to lose?
Fair.
So good call,
I mean
Chris.
they do not describe his issues. Maybe it's for the best, but he seems like a relatively normal guy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He just seems a little rural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, dude, you're a painter and you're wearing like a button-up shirt that has painting brushes on it. That's a little on the head, you know? Like so yes, he's a little immature, I guess, but so am I. Did you hear the bumper for this test? So am I. Anyway, do you guys have any mentions?
I think
That
it's all
was
gonna
my-
come
that-
out. Yeah.
that was going to be my only mention. Is that but you just did it, so we're good.
The clip.
I think any issue I take with this film is going to show up in the catch-all, but like I could always retroactively plug it if it's deemed by the team to be offensive.
I'm sure somewhere in our clips coming up in the next couple tests there will be more offense taken. So with that said, let's throw it to test number 4 then, the worst dialogue.
Test number 4. The worst dialogue.
Go down to Marie Callender's. Get me a big bowl. Pies.
I forget every week that this is the clip.
Good. Put some on your head. Your tongue would slap your brains out trying to get to it. Interested? Sure.
I do love. I watch you every week now because at that same spot you giggle.
Yeah, because it's funny. It's funny. The same part is still funny. That's why
it is. Good.
Yeah.
All right, clip number 5. Dracula.
Oh, great. Just when I thought this house couldn't get any worse. An old basement. Well, great place to store all the rocks and pine cones I'm gonna find.
Okay, it's a little dusty, I admit that. Just clean it up a little bit, splash some paint around.
You need to slap some bulldozers around to fix this place up. Oh, God, gross cobwebs.
You're making too big a deal out of this, honey. This is a great house. I got a great buy on it.
Yeah, from who? Dracula?
God.
How about I get a hotel somewhere in town, and you can come visit, like once a week. Hey, I'll pay for it.
Tori, honey, you really think money's all you need to get by in this life?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. I'll go with that theory.
That's how the system's built. Like I mean, yeah. If you have more money, you could get more stuff that you like.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
I hope to one day earn that much money.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Email us money, people.
Yes. The worst movie ever made.com.
Dracula, pine cones, rocks, bulldozers. What is she talking about here? I understand she's upset about the basement, but what's with all the clips to her dad and an audience of none otherwise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
does she think like she's going to convince him by being really quirky?
Buffalo Bill would have been a better reference, but I don't think was Silence of the Lambs out yet, or no?
Barely.
Barely.
Yeah,
okay, so that
I think it was.
Would have been a good reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, there's nothing Transylvanian about the house.
No. Closest thing is cobwebs, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's just a little sample for you. It gets worse. Here, this is kind of a continuation almost on our clip from the most offensive. This one is clip number 4. Yarg. Comics.
I just hope it's real.
I know how to tell if it's real. You just bite on it. I seen it in a movie. Oh my God. I swallowed that gold coin.
Nice going, Jaws.
Hey, can you die from swallowing gold?
Yeah, after I kill you. Now, you just let me take charge, okay? I'm just gonna keep one, and then I can get it checked out in town. See if it's real or not. We've gotta hide the rest. We can't tell anyone about this.
Right. Why?
Because you know how adults are, especially when it comes to money. They'll just try to take it away. I got the perfect place to hide it. The old well beside the house. Hey, Ozzie, do you know what this means?
We're rich. And I buy comics every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the part where he eats the gold coin.
Yeah.
Is amazing. He's like chewing on it, and then the camera goes to the kid, and he's just like, a gulp. He's like, oh no, I just swallowed the gold coin. I actually kind of like when he says, "Can I die from swallowing gold?" The kid's like, "Yeah, because I'm gonna kill you." I actually kind of enjoyed that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was the only good part of the movie.
Seriously. All right, number 3, Ozzie, same character, the poor guy that we're ranking on. He is attempting to save Tori, which is Jennifer Aniston's character, and he is still inundated with the gold coin in his tummy. You know, he's still got that in there, so he's like, "It's me you want. The gold is in my stomach." And then Leprechaun goes, "Then it's your belly I'll be wanting." And he gets up and runs after him. But Nathan is right there, who had tripped in into a bear trap, right? And so his leg is injured. So as the Leprechaun is running by, he goes, "Ha ha, I got your leg," and he kicks him. And Nathan's like, "Ah," and like falls over. And the scene is just so cheesy. Anyway, I had to do that one myself. A little Leprechaun for you. That was number 3.
Cool.
Nice. And after number 3 comes number 2.
Cool.
And that is 4. Can you wait? Actually, can you play it?
That is Thor. Yarg.
Leaf clover.
He came back for me. I knew he would, but nobody would believe me.
God, we gotta get you down.
Oh, it's too late for that now. But you have to kill it.
How? How can we kill it?
A 4-leaf clover. Freshly plucked from the clover patch. Beside the well. You gotta put it on his body. You have to touch him. And then you can kill him.
It sounds like Orson Welles after getting kicked out of Golden Corral.
I just love that she gets in the elevator after being chased by the Leprechaun in the wheelchair super fast, or whatever, and she gets in there, and the old man O'Grady, who is like same age, is dangling from inside the elevator. How the hell did that happen? I don't know, but that performance was really funny. Had to be clipped. Apparently, you need to touch the Leprechaun with a 4-leaf clover, and then you can kill him.
I mean, this could be catch-all too, but the guy's been in a nursing home for 10 years. He's like, the clover patch next to the well, it's still there, right?
It's a Panera Bread now. It's a fucking Panera Bread.
Good point. Good point. All right, number
1, Daddy.
Oh God! Every time I forget.
The worst movie ever made.com. You know what? Fuck it.
Skip.
Alex. Tell me, Alex, the gold.
We were gonna save it to get Ozzie an operation to fix his brain.
Alex, you can't fix Ozzie's brain.
I know that, but he doesn't.
Just tell me about the gold. Okay, in the water bucket, right?
Right, just pull it up and there's a bag of gold coins.
Okay, this has got to work. If all he wants is his gold, he's got to leave us alone.
That was meant to show that time passed, right? That little like star wipe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's why I clipped it. So she asks for an explanation on what happened. Like, tell me everything. And he goes to tell her, and there's a quick like sound, and he is at the end of the explanation, which I feel like you can only do in Hallmark movies and bad like soap opera shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. You should check it out. Why didn't they? I mean, I don't feel like it would have been that. I don't feel like I would have. I don't know, been bored by it if you could have given me a quick synopsis. You know.
Plus, it wasn't much of a story beyond what he already said.
That's
we found
true.
gold.
Yeah, we found gold. There's a leprechaun. He's pissed about it.
Yeah.
They probably shot like the actual thing, but like they realized like it wasn't a good performance, and they're like, well, they already know, so let's just fucking push through it and just get the shit moving along.
That's tank girl logic.
Yeah.
That's true. But to the credit of this kid, I never found myself hating the child actor in this movie. Not
Speak
like
for
I did for
yourself.
Mac and Me. Oh,
Speak
really?
for yourself.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right, Rob, your ad read.
Sure. Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by losing your lollipop. Don't you hate it when that happens? And then you sit on the couch and you reach between the cushions for the remote you're searching for, only to feel it. That warm, sticky sucker covered in lint. But how? You just ran the Dyson through these very cushions not 3 days ago. Or was it 3 months? Your eyebrows become perturbed with quivering sweat as you realize that months and years are whizzing by just a little too quickly. And there it is, that cherry dum-dum, freckled with the upholstery that absorbs the weight of your soul every night as you collapse into the couch and watch season 7 of The Simpsons for the 100th time while doom scrolling through TikTok. But you're not paying attention to either glowing screen, are you? You sigh with resignation, and then you gather your senses. Things actually aren't so bad. Your kids are fed, there's money in the bank. Ha ha, this old thing, you say as you brush off the sucker and pop it into your cheek. It's only then that you come to the horrifying realization that it wasn't covered in lint, but rather in cat litter. But your cat's been dead for 3 months. And even worse, it's not cherry like you remember. It's strawberry. Yuck.
Thank you to that sponsor. Very relatable ad read.
I don't know how that actually finances the show, but somehow it does.
Well, Dyson paid us quite a bit for that one. I'm pretty sure.
That's Dyson and Dum-Dums. Let me just throw that in the write-up real quick. Dyson
and Dum-Dums.
And Dum-Dums. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
They need hashtag in this post.
Yeah.
Thank you for another chilling insight into the way that your brain works on a regular basis. We'll throw it now to test number 5, the worst production.
Sure.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Worst production.
Right.
Worst production is a very simple tagline. Not funny enough.
Agreed.
So, whether you believe this or not, gore was actually added. So this is after the fact. Gore was added to appeal to older audiences, but scaled back to appeal to younger audiences. Yet humor was the element the filmmakers were focused on. I guess they were trying to make the character funny, and it was a little bit funny, but more laughing at him than laughing with him.
Agreed.
If that makes sense. And originally they wanted a nightmarish killing machine. That was the original. And when I say original, I mean they started writing this in 1985, like 8 years earlier. And that would have been on brand for the time, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. But they had less than $1 million budget.
Wow,
it's kind of understandable why they went in the direction they did. So really good for them.
Yeah, I mean they did turn it into a success, I suppose. It's got many sequels, but so does Sharknado. So I don't know. I don't know how the world works. I never did. I don't understand how either of those franchises could be coined franchises, but they are. Yeah. I don't know. I agree. It's. I didn't really find myself laughing at all. I mean, he does a lot of physical humor, which I think is also probably offensive because it's Warwick Davis, and I think it's supposed to be funny that his body type is doing the physical humor he's doing, and that's to me not funny. So, bad.
Yeah, bad.
Test number 6, the worst acting.
I should have put you down myself. Personally. I never understood. Why did you judge me? Why did you judge me? You killed innocent people. The means to an end. You started a massacre. I caused the revolution. You betrayed the law. I betrayed this. Your council's experiment, which failed.
Test number 6, the worst acting.
It's just like him walking away and his voice echoing as he continues to talk. That makes me laugh every time.
I mean, that over. What would that have been on the emotometer? Like a solid 30? I don't even know.
Yeah, like 30, 35.
We sold that equipment, because we stopped using those measures for our testing, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say on the pod what we got for it, but it was a pretty penny because there's not a lot of emmotometers out there. So
yeah.
Clip number
1.
a guy.
Wait, hold on, hello? We're breaking up. Wait. Okay, that's good. Okay, hi. I'd like to make a reservation. Yes, I'd like it to be a really tall room, and I want it to be very... Oh, great! Who are you?
I was a guy carrying some paint thinner.
Okay. Here. Set cover.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. You knock over my can of paint thinner, and then you offer me $20.
Okay. How about that? Will that do it?
No. Maybe you said you were sorry, it might.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love when people run into each other. This is another one of those things that I think is never performed well. Even if you have somebody who's decent like Jennifer Aniston and that other guy who no comment.
It's the same as when like the guy saves the girl from falling and then like they kiss. Like the same.
Yeah.
It's just like by design, you just can't pull it off.
It's true. I've said it before, but it's like when you're in the middle of a rant and then you realize something and you have to stop yourself. Like you have to act like you did that. That's never good either. But when you run into each other, she's like, "Oh, great, great! Look at what I." The whole start too. The like, I need a tall room. Hello, hello, hello. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yes. I would like to reserve a tall room. It's like it's weird writing, poorly acted.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jen Ann, but it's just the truth. And then she tries to pay him for his paint thinner. And I'm wondering where she's getting all this money. She's like, I'm going to a hotel, and she's like just flinging $20 at this guy. Like, where's she getting all this cash from? I wonder. What does she do? But
and his open bucket of paint thinner.
Yeah.
I was a guy carrying an open bucket of paint thinner. But...
Yeah.
Number 2. This one's kind of awesome. This is Rainbow.
Hey, look up in the sky.
So what, Ozzie? It's just a rainbow.
It's a magic rainbow. Leprechauns and rainbows. It's a sign.
Yeah, it's a sign, all right. It's time to get back to painting. Come on.
No. We gotta go see what's at the end.
Ozzie, you're embarrassing me.
Come on, go with me. We gotta get to the end of the rainbow. There's always a pot of gold.
Ozzie.
He's so easily sidetracked. Like always, I'll take care of it and get him back on the job.
Ozzie, come on. Oh, Alex.
Oh, come on. Let him go chase rainbows. Let's you and I go paint. This is biodegradable, right?
Ozzie, this is stupid. You can't find the end of the rainbow.
Uh-oh.
He kept like the whole scene.
It's where the rainbow ends.
It does sort of look like where it is.
Hey, look, it's going away.
Yeah, I don't know. The clip is finally going away.
This is our 96th week of subjecting ourselves to this. Just want to throw that out there.
You know what it makes me think of is the guy. Have you ever seen the guy that's like really, really high and he sees a double rainbow on his like nature walk?
What does it mean?
That's what I thought of immediately. Ozzie does not pull it off. I feel like a lot of actors do this where they stutter. And that's a way that it makes it sound like I'm doing right now, but I'm genuinely doing it. Like you are delivering the dialogue genuinely. Like they oh my God, we got to get to we got to go find the end of the rainbow. It's never done well. Just deliver the line,
Yeah.
Stop getting cheeky and just deliver the fucking line. And to your point, Bob, Alex was not good there. Like I'll follow him and get him back in line like I always do, or whatever was also really bad. All right, number 3. Lung.
Yeah.
This old Lep, he played one. He played Pogo on his lung. teach you to steal me gold. Oh. Can't have dirty shoes now, can we? There. Nice and shiny. Oh. He'll bounce back in no time. 1 gold coin. 99 to go.
This reminds me of it's a South Park bingo when Cartman goes back to 1776 to find out what the founding father said, and he's like wearing his little powdered wig and his like velvet suit, and like he wants to get into the congressional hearing, and he's just like very quietly singing to himself like, I don't want to wait for our lives to be while just absolutely bludgeoning the guy with like a board with a nail through it, so he can just like drag his body off and sneak in.
Yeah, Cartman's best. I think it takes some kind of leprechaun magic to stay steady, bouncing up and down on someone's lung.
Yeah.
Is it because he's lightweight? Yeah. I feel like if I bounced on someone accidentally, I would fall off the pogo stick immediately.
Short people typically have better leverage because they're closer to the ground. And that's not even me like joking. That's like a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that mixed with leprechaun magic maybe explains how he can pogo up and down on it enough times to kill him.
Yeah. The magic is so fleeting. It's like it's so catch-all in this movie. Like,
yeah, it is.
Is he magic? Is he not magic? If he is, why can't he do this? If he is, why can't he do that? It sucks.
Yeah.
He does make mention of his magic coming back and his magic leaving and stuff.
Yeah.
His powers are awakened.
Yeah,
powers.
Yeah. And then I think he shuts the like basement door as Ozzie's trying to go up or some shit like that. But Ozzie just like gets right through it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The door.
Anyway, if that's their attempt at comedy, they're gonna have to try harder.
Yeah.
Play knick-knack on the lung or whatever. It's all kids songs don't joke make, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And lastly, going back to Ozzie, I'm sorry, Ozzie. I can't help it, but Jen N's in this one too. This is number 4. Gotta believe.
Forget it. We're not gonna find it.
You can't find it. You just gotta believe.
Damn it, Ozzie! I'm so sick of your magic and your stupid fantasies. Okay, it's too late for that now. We don't have time to sit here in a damn clover patch and look for clovers. That thing is gonna wake up.
You've lost your faith. You gotta believe. Got to.
All right, Ozzie, here, look. I believe.
You found one. I told you. Yes.
Okay, we've got to get this on the Leprechaun.
What an inappropriate time for like you can make this 3-point shot, I promise, to send us to overtime. Kind of gotta believe magical quality they threw in there.
I mean, 4-leaf clovers are pretty common too, because like there was like growing up, there was a little patch in my yard full of like just clovers
right next to the well.
Right next to the well. And if you look close enough, like for every 100 freaking 3 leaves, you see a 4-leaf. They're not like that.
Yeah.
Rare. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some 2-leafers.
Yeah.
You
exactly.
know?
It's just genetics, man.
Yeah. Just really, I like the pre-Friends Jennifer Aniston sounding like Rachel really pissed off.
Yeah.
Same exact sound. So she doesn't evolve too much. But that's okay because she is the product of perfect evolution, if you ask me. Anyway, sending it on to...
Perfect network nipple is what I was going to say.
Yeah, for real. Absolutely perfect. Fact or no fact?
All right.
Fact or no fact?
All right.
Fact or no fact this week, I called Leprechaun.
Nice.
And it went so well last week that I'm going to do it again this week. 2 facts.
Yeah.
2 facts out of 5.
I love it. Thank you,
Hospital
Bob.
facts. All right, so 5 things I'm going to say. 2 of them are facts. 3 of them are lies.
Right.
Figure it out or be a loser. All right, here we go.
Cool.
First one.
I
The
will not.
clover that was used in the final battle was a 3-leaf clover with an extra leaf glued on to make it look like a 4-leaf clover.
Okay.
All right, second one. Warwick Davis, the leprechaun, had no stunt double because they couldn't find little people stunt doubles.
Okay.
The third one. Neither of the old couple at the beginning were actually Irish. They were both American actors.
Okay.
Fourth one. Jennifer Aniston got paid more for her first episode of the first season of Friends than she did for the entire movie Leprechaun. And fifth, Warwick Davis filmed all of his scenes in 5 days because the makeup artist that did his makeup could only work for that 1 week.
I'm gonna, just because I've actually been following some people on like TikTok and Instagram who like talk about their like residuals and like what they make for writing shows. I know it's like writing, not acting, but like for a pilot, you don't make anything if you make anything at all. You know, like it's you're on spec. You're like, if you get picked up, then like you negotiate, but like you're kind of just doing that for like probably like a couple $100, you know? So I don't think Jennifer Aniston was paid more for the first season of Friends. I know they were paid a shitload towards the end of the run, but I doubt they were making, they were probably living in studio apartments when they were in the first couple seasons.
I think they banded together for the last season and told the showrunners that they would not do it for less than $10 million each per episode.
Yeah.
And they got it.
But like, I guarantee you in the first couple seasons, they were living in nicer apartments in the show than they were living in real life. If I had to guess.
Probably so.
Clover one's kind of funny, but that was shoot down my logic saying that they're common. So I'm gonna just by virtue of me not contradicting myself, I'm gonna get rid of that one. Stunt double one's kind of funny, so possibly. Neither of the old couple were actually Irish. I can believe that. I'm gonna go with my heart though and say Warwick Davis filmed this in 5 days because it was a low budget film. And like, it's one of those things where like, we have to shoot it on these days. And like, that person's only available for like, they could have been available for 10 days, but the days they wanted to shoot are outside of that person's availability. So I'm going to say Warwick Davis filmed all the scenes in 5 days because it's such a pile of crap, this movie, that I don't see them putting that much more effort into it. And like, B, if you book someone for production and they're only available for those days, that's what you got to work with. So I'm going to say Warwick Davis filmed all the scenes in 5 days. Final answer, Regis.
Okay. I also really like Warwick No Stunt Double because I felt like it was his body. Every scene, I didn't feel like it looked like a. Now that I'm reviewing it in my head, though, and that's revisionist, so maybe. And I also like Jennifer Aniston's first Friends episode paid her more. I'm willing to believe that. Was this her first movie, Bob?
It was her first credited movie.
Right. So she had been.
She was in Mac and Me. Yeah,
she was in Mac and Me uncredited.
Right. So they only had $1 million budget though, and they had to do all of that practical effects, special effects, everything with that $1 million. So I like the two of them, 2 and 4, but I'm gonna go with Warwick had no stunt double because I just feel like that's true.
All right, I'm gonna start with one of the facts because neither of you picked it. The clover was glued on to make it look like a 4-leaf clover. That was something the prop department did.
We are really dumb.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
All right,
that is dumb. They didn't want to believe.
Both members of the old couple were Irish, so I made that up totally.
Okay.
Jennifer Aniston did get paid more for her first episode of Friends first season
gone with
than
it.
she did for Leprechaun. She got paid about $21,000 for her first episode. And she didn't even get paid $20,000 for Leprechaun.
Wow. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah. So the stunt double thing, he did have a stunt double who ended up being the Oompa Loompa in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake with
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, yeah. The guy that played all the Oompa Loompas was his stunt double.
How about that?
Right.
Yeah. And what else was there? Oh, I made that up about the 5 days.
5 days,
so.
yeah.
All right.
So,
that's disappointing.
It is.
I clearly stated
so
that I
many
was
levels.
between. I clearly stated that I was between the two, so we're gonna get a half credit here next. All right, the catch-all.
The catch-all. It's the catch-all.
Jameson, nice.
Yeah.
O'Grady gets out of the car with a bottle of Jameson, just feeling himself out of the limo.
Polished off, yeah.
Occasionally will get a nip or get a bottle even of Jameson myself. I really think it's a good whiskey. So, why is the gold in a bag, in a lantern, in a cardboard box, and not in a pot? It was sealed on his stoop. I didn't understand that at all.
Yeah.
The 4-leaf clover, like a silver cross, the way he uses it is just funny. I don't think they intended for that to be funny, but the way he's using it to like ward off the vampire, but he's a leprechaun and he's just got this tiny little 4-leaf clover is just funny imagery.
Power of Christ compels you, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Very, very handy giant shipping crate I mentioned before, but good thing they had the shipping crate they put George of George in the Jungle in to send him to Africa. Good thing they had that crate.
Well, let me ask you about the crate. How did they get it in the basement?
Fair question.
Oh,
I didn't.
Maybe he assembled it in the basement, knowing the leprechaun was after him.
Have you ever seen NCIS? Like one of the running jokes in the original NCIS is like Jethro Gibbs, like the head agent. He always builds like boats in his wood shop in his basement, and like no one knows how they get the boats out after he builds them. I was getting that kind of vibe.
Nice. Never seen it.
No.
Am I supposed to be afraid of the leprechaun? I kind of mentioned this before, but after this opening scene, I was not at all like on edge. You know.
I think originally it was supposed to be scary, but eventually they said nah.
It's the same treatment as Child's Play, where like the first one was kind of scary for the time it came out, but there were also reasons that people would find it comical, and they leaned into the comical aspect on all the sequels.
Yeah. Didn't take much to convince Tori to stay at the house, namely Nathan and his peer pressure. But didn't take much to convince Dad to go either. Sounded like he was ready to sell the house.
Yeah.
Basement comes complete with tarantula, scorpion, rat, and leprechaun. I think I can search for days in my basement, and there are plenty of nooks and crannies for me to find things. I don't think I'd find a single one of those things.
Nope.
Yeah.
I like when Leprechaun goes, "I'll bite your ear off and make a boot with it." His ear is not big enough, and Warwick's foot is not small enough to make a boot with an ear, in my opinion. I like how Jennifer Aniston's Tori character is helping them paint after Alex explains that because of their liability insurance or whatever, no one can help.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes later, she's helping. Blue house, red shutters, and like very blue and very red, very ugly. And they're also painting a fallen shutter. The shutter is like falling off the house, and they've painted it fully. Why would Nathan be under the pickup truck tickling your legs?
Stop it! And then
and then you realize, like, even if it is Nathan, I think you should have the same reaction.
That's right.
I'm just trying to think about this again, like in a real life context, where like
you just met this girl,
you're at like Firestone getting your alignment checked, and like it doesn't matter if you're attracted to the mechanic or whatever. Like if they start tickling you unprompted from a spot where you can't like see them approaching you, you have right to at least mace them.
I agree.
Without repercussion, right?
Right.
2 truck won't start tropes.
Yeah.
Kind of weird to grab into a tree hole to pull a cat out of it.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to get that cat out of the tree? Why is the leprechaun on a tricycle, in a toy truck, skateboard, rollerblades, wheelchairs? Apparently it's all comedy, but...
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous that they went with
I had
all
a
of those.
really stupid, crazy, busy week, so I watched this on 2X with captions on YouTube. And let me tell you, the the comical effect of this movie with him just going like, woo, like the tricycle is.
They do it
working.
anyway. They
Yeah.
already use fast forward dynamics. I
They
can
do.
imagine how fast that looks.
So if you with this logic, if you 2x any Ernest movie during their 2x scenes, it
Yeah.
might be redeemable on the comedic front.
Yeah, maybe so. There's an obvious cop donut trope.
Yep.
We gotta get
Yep.
off of this, man. It's not fair.
Mhm.
Very odd cut up dead cow argument in the diner.
Yeah.
It was like in defense of veganism, and then you get Nathan's like surprisingly solid argument. Like your shoes are leather, so why you know? A bear broke in and shined your shoes. We mentioned this already, but it was really dumb that they were like, "Oh, it must have been a bear," and there's all these like nice clean shoes on the table.
Yeah.
What happened to Dad? Was there major surgery required here?
Yeah, I thought about that as I finished the movie. I'm like, he never resurfaced.
No, he never comes back. He's like Christopher Walken in Geely. Just never comes back.
He's some
Dude
murder
just trips on-
calendars.
Yeah, maybe that's what he was doing. Fuck that house.
Yeah.
I'm getting some ice cream and some pie. Good.
Your brain.
The dude just trips on a bucket and falls on a bear trap.
It was all planned.
Now the bear trap thing was bothering me, but since we started recording, I did Google. It is set in North Dakota, so it makes sense that they do have
bear country.
I didn't go that deeply into it because we're recording a show, but North Dakota sounds like a place that would have bears.
It does.
So
The Dakota
I'll
bear. Yeah. Isn't
bear,
Dakota
yes.
a type of bear?
Well, I know Dakota is a very small steakhouse chain that went under, and they had a
We used to
giant
have one.
wooden bear in front of the building.
It was cool.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Hey, Nathan, stop wasting your unlimited ammo.
Yeah.
Getting frustrated on both ends. Why does Alex have to be the one to fix the distributor cap?
I know. Plus, he knows exactly what it is as soon as like the car goes dead.
I heard it.
Distributor cap.
Go-kart flipped the truck.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Give
did
me
happen.
A fucking break.
Yep.
Terrible soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like Princess Bride music.
Yeah. Now that you mention it.
You know? How did the severed leprechaun hand find the proper leverage to open the door?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like if you can't pull because there's nothing attached, you know? Anyway.
Yeah.
Future magic.
Future magic. Good
Future.
call. I wrote, a portable phone.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you how fancy she is. The sheriff should have radioed the cop by now. You know, the cop's been dead for like a whole night. The sheriff doesn't even check in on him. What's going on there? Half-hour setup in this movie and a 1 hour conflict resolution. That's what it felt like. 1 hour of conflict.
Yeah. And speaking to that, I think the one thing that pissed me off about this movie most is that it was about 45, 50 minutes in, if I'm not mistaken, where everybody at that point had seen the Leprechaun and they were all on the same page. Where it's like, if you waited till the third act and got a little ham-fisted there.
Yeah, ham-fist, yeah.
It's like, no, because I think the horror that was intended would have done better with one person thinking they saw it and everybody else not believing them. But like you're halfway through the second act, like everyone's like, oh, there's a fucking leprechaun right there. And like
they did.
Now they have strength. Now they have strength in numbers, and he's like this big. So who cares?
And as we mentioned before, he really doesn't do that much damage.
Yeah,
like he hurt Nathan's leg, and he kind of fucked Ozzie up, I guess, at the end of the movie. But really, not that strong.
Yeah.
The fucking shoe shine distraction when they're trying to get to the truck and they're just throwing shoes and they're getting dirty in the like dirt. He's like, oh, and I've got to go shine the shoe now.
Hilarious.
Like, it seems like a good way to just get out of there. Then you know, get all our shoes together. We'll get in the car and we'll just drop them out as we're driving away.
Like a decoy shoe pile.
Exactly. Oh man, I hope you guys caught this. But when she goes into the old folks' home or the insane asylum or whatever where Mr. O'Grady is, there's a sleeping police officer and she finds a book that says room numbers. So you're like, oh, okay, you're gonna find out where Dan O'Grady is. She opens it up and it's just a list of names. There's literally no room numbers.
Right.
Yeah. She runs her finger down and it's like Dan O'Grady.
Yeah.
And there's no room number, so she's like, okay. It turns and just walks down the hall. Somehow finds it. She must really be pretty for her career to have survived this movie, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He replaced his eye with a cop's eye.
Eye for an eye. Yeah.
That was great.
I know you need a 4-leaf clover, but shoot him in the head repeatedly. Anyway, why not?
Yeah.
Give it a try. See if you can piece his head back together. Maybe they'll buy you some extra time.
Even the T-1000 would be at least temporarily stunned when he blew his face off with a shotgun.
It's true. That's true.
Right.
Masters of the Universe style lightning CGI, Bob. You mentioned this before, but the CGI was pathetic. I don't know what it was around this time period, and 93 is even a little late for this, but like the effect must be really easy to just like glaze it over the screen, just adding an extra layer onto the film or something.
Yeah.
But the lightning CGI just looks like absolute shit. Very timely morning police arrival once all the shit's done.
Right.
Yeah.
What made them even come? I thought that they weren't able to get through effectively, but
yeah.
Maybe it's a water well catching on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. There's green electricity coming through the water system here.
Or Borealis.
In your kitchen?
Yes.
Can I see it?
Nope.
Why did they have a defeated leprechaun come back up the well?
Open it up for a sequel.
Nathan just came back and then used the butt of the shotgun to knock him down again, and that was the end. It wasn't even a jump scare. He was just like, "Hey, I really want my gold, though." And Nathan's like, "Nope." That's
a trope that they lampooned in Scream too, when like he's like, "Oh, now you think he's dead, but he's gonna come back for one last scare." They just like blast him in the head.
And then yeah, I do like that.
Well, interesting information. When the leprechaun came back up out of the well, it was a puppet, obviously, because it couldn't be a person.
Yeah.
Warwick Davis was actually operating the puppet while doing the voice.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I read that. I'm like, oh, interesting.
Good for Warwick, man. He was down. He was down to do whatever.
That's right.
Except for the stunts.
Yeah.
You guys want to mention anything before we throw it to Rob's Magic Marvel corner?
Just the well. Like I did an article today on just like iconic like film explosions, like a list article. And
Fast 9.
And, what was it? There was something called like the Fiery Towers, like 1978, with some guy I forget. John Wayne or something like that. But those are really good versions of like explosions, and I don't know, like half a can of gas in a well is like it's not going to blow up like that.
No.
That was like 4 sticks of dynamite. Like, easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You might get a little bit of a fire on top of the water if the gas is sitting on top of it. I guess.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won't even see
Or if you're like in Michigan or something and the water is just flammable.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
Rough.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a pun there. Flint. What's the thing that you use to make a fire?
Flint. Yeah, that's Flint.
Yeah.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah. Built in.
Okay, I didn't want to go for it because what if that wasn't the word I was thinking of? Then I would have sounded really dumb. Rob's Magic Marvel Corner.
The worst movie ever made presents Rob's Magic Marvel Corner.
This week we are talking about 2011's Thor.
Good old Thor.
One of the films of all time.
That's the truth.
Yeah. All right. So I'll take your questions.
Who goes first, Bob?
Do you want to alternate?
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So you go first.
Rob, did you laugh ever?
Once.
Okay, can I guess mine? Can I guess?
Yeah. Yeah.
When he's in the diner and he drinks the beer and he just smashes the glass on the ground. He's like, another.
It was a coffee cup.
Okay, yeah, it was a coffee mug. That's right.
No, you're thinking about the Boilermaker in the bar scene, but no, he's like, this is quite good. He smashes it. He's like, I meant no disrespect. It was very good. So that's the one scene I laughed at comedically.
Yeah.
What I was laughing at throughout the entire movie was Odin is Thor's father, and his name is Odin Father All, and Odin's last name is Odinson. And I was like, you can't be fucking serious. So that was like the other through line I was like laughing at, not because it was funny, just because that's really.
Yeah, that's a little.
$20 million you spend on this. So there's that one.
All right, Rob. Who's dreamier, Chris Hemsworth or Natalie Portman?
Yeah, that's fair. Fair question.
It's a draw.
I know exactly. It was
They're
a trick
both
question.
They're both cut and shimmering and airbrushed and glistening. So I don't know.
Too true. I don't know.
No.
I stumped him. Go for it.
The stumper. Number 2 for me. What do you think of having a literal god as a protagonist?
I don't think it's too soon in the MCU for me to know. I do kind of like how they explain like what you thought was magic or science is actually a little bit of both. I think that's going to come into play with Iron Man 3, maybe Captain America. Like they're doing a good job at building the universe out. I think it's like a little contrived, but they are. Knowing in hindsight that they're building out an entire universe, like they're really good at when Loki came down, like the robot suit, and like, is that one of Stark's? Like, I don't know. Like they're really good at like being self-referential and referring to like what you've seen already to know that people are 100%. Thinking about what's to come. So like I think too soon to know the true answer, but I think they're doing a good job building the universe out. I'm engaged with it at least slightly.
I think that to your credit and to theirs, what they did do well is they gave audiences credit for being clever in a way that movies hadn't yet. You know, like they're building that universe, but they knew that people could remember details, and I think that it's important.
It wasn't not patronizing,
right. Make people feel smart. You know, the Tony Stark technology stuff where it feels like it makes sense when it probably makes literally no sense. They just do a good job of knowing how people think and how to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
All right. Which are you looking forward to more? Watching the Thor sequels or a colonoscopy?
I'll be 35 in June, and though I do keep really good track of my macros, I pretty much just eat like shit. So like I get the right amount of protein and carbs and like vegetables, but like it's mostly in the form of pizza. So probably the colonoscopy.
Dude, seriously, I think it's Dark World or whatever, the second Thor movie.
Yeah.
Do not look forward to that. It's one of the worst movies ever made. We might have to do it on the podcast.
You were saying which one? Ragnarok? You're saying Ragnarok?
Ragnarok is fucking amazing.
Okay.
It's great.
So
it's so good.
Yeah.
Very entertaining. They did the right kind of like I hear. I didn't even bother watching because I told you I'm out of Marvel. But the new Thor movie, Love and Thunder, apparently was way too much comedy.
Okay.
And it just takes you out of it. But Ragnarok is the perfect balance of clever comedic writing and action.
All right.
Which Marvel does well. All right, Rob. Third question from me, and this I promise will be the last time I ask you this particular question in the Marvel universe. But how many wieners?
Soft to medium 4 is always my standard answer.
That's correct. Soft to medium 4. That is the answer I was looking for.
Thank you, Anthony Fantano.
Soft to medium 4. Okay. Yeah, that's all I've got, Bob. Take it away.
All right. Is the following phrase referring to this movie or an adult film?
Okay.
Portal to Asgard.
That's the answer is both, and that's the Pornhub version of Love and Thunder.
You got it right in the nail in the head, or head in the nail, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
I heard 2 S's in that Asgard.
Yeah.
So I knew
No,
the answer.
actually, I understand. I'm not a huge Eminem fan, but I admire his technical dexterity. Rap God makes a lot more sense when he's like, "You'll be Thor and I'll be Odin. You Rodin, I'm omnipotent," or whatever he says. I kind of like that.
Nice.
I can't rap, so but like that's the lyric, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And he has something about Asgard in that song too. Now I can go back and listen to that song and be like, oh, I know that thing.
No, I get it. I understand that reference.
Like when you watch Family Guy and you're like, you watch a movie 10 years later, you're like, I gotta watch season 2, episode 4, because I think they're making a reference to it. I like that.
Hey, bad news. Bad week for bad credit names, but let's roll into bad credit names nonetheless.
Oh no.
Bad credit names like
Rusty Cunts, Wang Liken, Destiny Hooker, Dick Trickle, Dick Pole, Steve Schartz, Misty Hyman.
You said those all are names.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Okay, well, again, they're better than these, but a couple just one namers. Lexi.
With an I?
Lexxie.
Oh, nice.
E. Yeah.
Stripper name.
Yeah, for real. And Colby.
Like the cheese?
Yeah.
Delicious.
What was that movie in Old School when he's like, hey, aren't you cheese? Like, my name's Dean Gordon Pritchard III. Like, yeah, cheese.
Greg Doodler.
I like it.
Yes.
Ivan the cat. But not a cat. Not an actual cat. Ivan the cat. Swear to God. Emil Schlee.
Yeah. It just sounds drippy.
Yeah, agreed. Bob, maybe you can clear this up for me. George Lucas was credited.
Yeah, so Warwick Davis was under contract with George Lucas because of Willow.
I see.
No, I'm sorry, because Return of the Jedi. He played the
he was one of
Ewoks.
He was one of the Ewoks.
And George Lucas allowed him to do this movie.
How kind.
While still under contract.
How kind.
So you're saying it's not his light and sound company for special effects?
And it's
his low income housing they used.
There was another. There was another thank. Maybe you'll come across it, Chris. But there was another person that was thanked. It wasn't Spielberg, but something like that for a very similar reason.
Oh, I didn't catch it. I only have one more name, and that is Uncle Sal. That's the winner this week.
It also sounds drippy.
Yeah, it could have been Greg Doodler though. I like that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's compare the movies and get the out of here.
Yeah, do it.
It's turkey time.
Time to compare the movies.
Gobble gobble.
I tend to forget about that one. Mac and Me and Leprechaun. Mac and Me, worst of its kind, negative 61.2 worst. That is unbeatable. Negative 46.2, which is a great score and worse for Leprechaun, but pales in comparison. Pitch, Chris won last week with a 4-5, and it was a team win, which is really a Chris win with a 4-5, so we're going to wash that one. We'll see what's more offensive later. For now, dialogue. What do you guys think was worse, Mac and Me or Leprechaun? I'm leaning Leprechaun.
Mac and Me.
Mac and Me.
Okay. Because at least Leprechaun had some pretty fun rhymes. So,
Yes, yeah, fine.
It was in the spirit. It was in the right spirit,
Yeah.
Okay. Production, one long commercial or not funny enough. Leprechaun was not funny enough. I think a long commercial.
Yeah, Mac and Me.
Yeah. I'll go Mac and Me too.
Okay, so we really don't need the offensive minigame, probably. I guess let's see with acting. What do you think?
Mac and me.
Mac and me.
Damn. Okay. So let's play a little offensive minigame.
Oh, right.
The offensive minigame. Just read this again. I forgot I wrote this.
All right.
Boys and girls see boyfriend's balls, or bailing on bear trap boy.
Boys and girls see boyfriend's balls.
Yeah. That's your choice?
I guess so. I'm not even sure what that refers to.
That's Tank Girl. Oh no.
I was about to say, isn't that Tank Girl?
This is actually really bad because the whole offensive minigame is as if Tank Girl won. Shit. Wait, hold on. I've got my notebooks here. Maybe Mac and me.
This is why we never go with Vegas odds.
I can't believe I did that. What a fucking idiot.
It's okay.
I think it was just really funny.
Obviously, Rob and I like Leprechaun better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Come on, man. I can't believe I did this to you guys. I'm so sorry. I really want to make one up on the fly, but if I can't
okay.
find
So one was abandoning a boy who was in a bear trap. So I think the comparable scene would be the wheelchair plunge.
the wheelchair. Okay, yeah. All right, wheelchair plunge or bailing on a bear trap boy.
Wheelchair plunge.
Wheelchair plunge.
Okay. Perfect. And then we'll go with Pogo Gut Grinding.
Yes.
Or
stuffing an alien into a bear suit.
Stuffing an alien into a bear suit.
Pogo.
I'm gonna go Pogo Gut Grinding on that.
That's 1-1. Okay. How about Doctor dealing drugs all willy nilly? Or an Ozzie brain operation.
I'm gonna go with the drugs.
Oh my god, I'm so torn on this one. I'm gonna go Ozzie just for just shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Chris, break the tie.
I'll go Ozzie too. I just felt so offended. Doesn't matter. Mac and Me is still the worst movie of the season. I'm sorry for that brain blip there. I can't believe that
we recovered.
What? Yeah. Hey, we pulled it together. Next week, unfortunately, is not The Hunter of the Future. It is The Room. It was ahead by 8 votes or some shit when I checked just a couple minutes ago.
We are never gonna see Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, are we?
No, we're not.
Yep.
I mentioned to my son what the 3 movies were this week. He's like, "Oh, The Room has to win, right? Everyone's gonna vote for The Room."
Yeah,
and they did. Yeah, it's way out ahead. So the Room wins. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for checking out our YouTube. That's starting to blow up a little bit. Rob, you want to plug everything else and send it over to Bob for the last word?
Yeah. www. That stands for World Wide Web, I'm told.
Mm-hmm. It does.
theworstmovieevermade.com. You can see our Spotify, our Google Play, our YouTube, our social media in the form of a TikTok account and an Instagram account where Bob uploads really cool trailers, Chris uploads polls, and I recuse and redact myself from any social media efforts because I can't resist antagonizing strangers on the internet. So I let Chris and Bob handle that because I'm self-aware at least. And just check our show out. The live episode goes up late, super late on Tuesday or early Wednesday morning, however you want to look at it. And the videos come up that following Sunday. And then you can also email us if you click the little envelope on the bottom. You can send us money so we can buy more Dum-Dums. And that's all I got to really put into this. So I'll turn it over to you, Bob. What's your last word?
Portal to Asgard.
Beautiful.
See you next week. See you next week.